All right, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 2
Episode 2.
of the Midweek Has Been podcast. To my right, I have Evan Vaden here today, and myself, Alan West. And we have Willie behind the camera making sure that we start, stop, whatever we need to do.
Shout out
get
to
this
the
out.
Ill Will, Trill Will, taking audio.
So, Evan, how have you been?
I've been good, man. I got a fresh cup, man. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
You got your what? Whenever you get ready to come on home, brother, let me know. I'll be there for you.
I'll come home after the wedding.
He needs to come home.
I'll come home. I'll come home. I got you.
All right. Well, first topic of the day. Who is the NFL MVP? That was the first one.
No,
Yeah, it was.
NBA.
Who is the NBA?
Yeah, okay, I was about to say that's not what we.
Both of them are on this agenda today.
Okay, all right.
Can LeBron be the league MVP, actually?
I do think LeBron. The only reason LeBron is in the conversation to be MVP is because Anthony Davis isn't doing his job. And what I mean by that is when the Lakers won in 2020, we all were saying like, okay, this needs to be AD's team. LeBron's getting older, et cetera, right? In that 3-year span, Anthony Davis has only played 132 games.
Correct.
So that's 50% of games in a 3-year span. So what else is LeBron supposed to do to keep his team afloat? So yes, as of right now, I think LeBron could win MVP. Yes. He's 38 in year 21, averaging 26, 8, and 6.
Correct.
While averaging 33 minutes, when Darvin Ham even said at the start of the season,
He should play less.
he should play less than 33 minutes. But now we're already off to him averaging 33 minutes a game. So again, what is LeBron supposed to do at 38 years old? You're already asking him to do so much at 38 years old.
But based off of what you're saying, as far as Anthony Davis, because I get you, Anthony Davis has not been performing to what they need him to be.
Exactly.
He's gotten passed up by Joker. He's gotten passed up by Embiid. But the reason that I think that actually hurts LeBron winning MVP is because the team record is not going to be good enough.
Right. And I agree with that too. I feel like the last what, 3, probably more than that, probably like let's just say 5 MVPs, they've all had at least top 1, top 2 records.
At least 50 wins.
At least, right? Because, I mean, you don't want to give an MVP to somebody who's, like, not in the playoffs. And it'd just be, like, I guess it'll, like, demoralize, like, the whole thing, you know?
So, okay, well, I don't think the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs.
I don't think they're going to miss it either. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just say that they lock in the number 5 seed. And LeBron's still averaging 28, 8, and 6. I mean, I don't think he's going to win it because obviously he's a 4-time MVP, and I don't think they're just going to continue to give it because obviously they want to keep that narrative that Jordan's better than LeBron and all that stuff. But should he be in the conversation? Yes. I 100% believe that he should be in the conversation based on right now, yes.
But if LeBron were to win the league MVP but not win the finals, wouldn't that therefore somewhat hurt his GOAT debate against Jordan? Because do you believe he's the greatest player of all time, or do you believe it's Michael Jordan?
Just for the record, I am a diehard Kobe fan, and I've been on the record to say this. I've said if LeBron breaks that scoring record, I would consider him the GOAT. So yes,
Your Honor.
Yes, he is the GOAT. Yes, I do believe he's better than Michael Jordan. Yes. It's LeBron. You know what? I'm not going to give my ranking right now because that's not the time to give my ranking.
We heard it. We seen it.
Yes.
We're all watching.
Yes.
You just said that LeBron James is the GOAT.
I believe so. Yes. And first
Ahead
off,
of Michael Jordan.
Before you answer, you already know how long it took me to even get to that point.
I agree with you. Because I used to always have LeBron ranked below Kobe, regardless of what the situation was.
So again, you know how long it took me to get to this situation.
LeBron James, God bless him. He's a great person. The fastest person to every every point marker there is in NBA history, from 1,000 points to 39,000 points.
Absolutely.
The only person in 39,000 point club. But how can you be the GOAT ever over Michael Jeffrey Jordan when you lost to the Dallas Mavericks when you had the better team? You let J.J. Barea, Jason Terry guard you, even Jason Kidd at times. You lose that. You go to the All-Star game the next year. You don't take the shot when it's you and Kobe one-on-one at the end of the game. You pass it. Then you come back and you go on this incredible run. But in the middle of your incredible run, the Golden State Warriors have a true dynasty, and they continuously beat you every year except for the 1 year that you came back from down 3-1.
I mean, you also kind of have to think of it from a talent perspective too. Like, if we're gonna name all of LeBron's faults, then I feel like we can equally name Jordan's. But that's not what we're talking about right now. So if
I just can't believe you
who
said
is your
that
MVP
he would be
right
the
now?
GOAT. I can't fathom it. The MVP of the league right now would be SGA.
You can't go wrong with that either.
SGA is having an incredible
season.
He's scoring efficiently. He's getting his team involved, and he's taking the Oklahoma City Thunder from a team that we all thought would be like, they're all right, whatever. Yeah. They're cool. To now, OKC is probably going to finish with a top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
Okay, so give me in no particular order, give me your top 5 of who's your MVP race right now.
Shea is at number 1.
Okay.
Halliburton.
Okay.
Number 2. Joel Embiid at 3. Jokic at 4.
Okay.
And Luka at 5.
Okay.
Because Luka's balling.
Yeah. All right. So for me, I agree. I think SGA is up there. So I'll put SGA at 1. I'll put Joker at 2.
Okay.
I'll put Joel at 3, LeBron at 4. And then I'll put Halliburton at 5.
So
that's my order.
Okay.
Because again, if the topic is can LeBron win it, I think he's in the conversation right now.
But can he actually realistically win that award given the team, the health issues and concerns that we also have to worry about with him being this old?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying the only reason that he's even considered to be in this conversation, even for the longevity of the season, is because Anthony Davis is not going to do his job.
But LeBron has gotten hurt each of the past 3 seasons.
Okay, but that statistically, I told you that AD only played 130-something games. LeBron played 25 more games than him in that 3-year span.
Right.
So, again, what is LeBron to do? Just ride off into the sunset, go to and be in LA making movies?
No, he didn't have to go to LA to begin with. This is a problem of his own creation because you wanted Anthony Davis so badly that you gave up the young assets to win now. Now that we're later in your career and you actually need AD to be something that he's honestly never been, which is the lead dog of a good to great team.
If the Anthony Davis from New Orleans could show up, then there you go.
But that Anthony Davis in New Orleans was not winning games. And this is the other part about AD's career that people forget about. DeMarcus Cousins was on a team with Anthony Davis.
For a very short period of time, yes.
In that short period of time, who looked like the better player, AD or Cousins?
Cousins.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. But yet we're expecting Anthony Davis to take the torch and the throne from LeBron James. That's a drastic jump. You couldn't even be better than DeMarcus Cousins. Now we want you to be better than one of the greatest players of all time to help him win a championship.
But you also got to remember that from the situation he came from in New Orleans, he begged to get to L.A. He did that, and he won a championship.
Correct.
So, again, in everybody's mind, okay, AD's taking that next step. LeBron, you can just kind of just relax a little bit, okay? But again, the only reason that LeBron's in this conversation is because Anthony Davis has failed to do his job and be that lead dog. When he was supposed to, yes.
What has Anthony Davis exactly failed at when it comes to doing his job? Because if we're going to say LeBron has a chance of winning MVP, that would be based off the fact that Anthony Davis not living up to standard. But the Anthony Davis that we've all come to know, love, and appreciate as a player, for good or bad, is not consistent. He's never been healthy. He does not make other players on the court better with his offensive game. He's a great defensive help to the team, but offensively, he does not pass the ball well. Offensively, he's not a great three-point shooter. He doesn't really like to play with his back to the basket.
And he doesn't want to play the 5.
And he doesn't want to play the 5, which puts your team in a position to where you can't go small.
Right.
So what is it that we're expecting of Anthony Davis to help LeBron win MVP when you have people like Shea, who's got Josh Giddey and Chet and Williams and all of them pushing him, Tyrese Halliburton with Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, Jokic with Murray, and Embiid with Maxey? Like, what is it that we're expecting of Anthony Davis to do here other than what he's been doing?
I think we're on the same page when it comes to, like, I guess our order. Like, at least who's at the top of that order. I mean, SGA is clear top of that order for sure. But I just think that, again, when it comes to a 38-year-old man in season 21, right? And he's putting up the numbers that he did when he was 30, like 32, like 28, 29, like all in that range, and still on top of that playing 33 minutes, he should be in the conversation. If the season ended right now, I would put LeBron in my top 5 for MVP race.
So season ended right now, he'd be in your top 5. Does that mean that he would be first team All-NBA?
With the numbers he's putting up, yes.
Over Tatum?
Okay. So then who would be first team then?
Shea and Luka.
Shea Luka. Okay. Joker.
Tatum. And then can you count?
I feel like
I don't think you can count Embiid as a forward anymore.
No, you can't. He's a center. So that's what I'm saying. Those three are locked in right there.
It would have to be LeBron.
There we go. It would have to be. So,
as much as I wish that wasn't the case, it would have to be because KD is not performing up to.
KD's not performing up there either. That's why I didn't have him in my MVP. Although I will give KD the benefit of the doubt, he has not played with Booker.
We forgot
and
Steph
Beal.
in this conversation.
Steph too.
That's another person whose team is failing him.
Yeah.
If Steph had a better supporting cast, which we had this conversation on the first pod, I'm bringing it back up again. Do you want to trade Klay Thompson? I'm sorry for the detour, but I need to bring that back. Are you ready to admit this yet?
Admit that I'm right? Yes, you need to trade Draymond.
That you need to trade Klay.
Wes, do you realize?
Klay.
No. Okay.
A dentist and a 7th grader. Remember that. That's what you're going to get for Draymond.
I feel like if you get rid of Draymond, then there's plenty of championship caliber teams out there that could use a Draymond Green. Could you agree with that or not? I feel like if you put him on the Bucks, if you put him on Philly, on Boston, like if you put him on a championship caliber team, will his antics change? Probably not, but will they level up as far as leadership and like accountability? Yeah. Like that's probably the only thing that I can really respect about Draymond is that he's a true leader. I'll give him that. But that's why I feel like if you can get rid of him and get something back. With Klay literally is only a spot up shooter at this point. Which Draymond can't score the shit out of the basketball either. But
so we're going to keep the less valuable player for the more valuable.
Because player. I feel like if you put Klay on any other team, I feel like he won't thrive.
So then why would we keep him?
Because he knows that system. He knows Steve Kerr. He knows Steph. Like if that's what I'm saying.
All right. So next topic. Do you think that Tom Brady is correct when he says that there's more mediocre football being played in the NFL today?
I think he's right about a couple of parts, and I'll explain. So I think he's right about the coaching aspect and the development aspect. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the development, is it and I'll ask you this, so is it safe to say that the talent level from the quarterback position is better than when he played?
Much better.
Okay. So you hear all the time of like, this person's a natural thrower of the football. He's just a natural athlete and stuff like that. I think he's right about that part where it's like, these guys, I guess, aren't necessarily putting in the work. They're depending so much on their athleticism to where it's like, okay, like you're not actually working on your game. Like, because we hear it all the time, like Kyler Murray doesn't watch film. Zach Wilson, for example, is just hot ass. Like, it's just bad. So, like, from a development standpoint, I get where he's coming from, but he also has to know that the talent level is far better from when he played. And then he also mentioned something about like the excellence of the quarterbacks. Like, I think it's also safe to say that like damn near every quarterback he played at least won a championship. Like Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. Like at least everybody he's played has a championship. So I get where he's coming from with that. So.
But when you say that, you're looking at the course of a 20-year career.
Right.
Well, a lot of these guys that are up and coming now, outside of Mahomes, right? You got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar, Herbert, Hurts, guys like that, right? They're up and coming. They have yet to win. And given the course of a 20-year span, those guys are going to win championships.
You would think so, yes.
The only part with Brady that I somewhat disagree with is when he talks about the excellence on the field.
Right.
Because the excellence in any field changes over time. The standard of greatness is different based off of those that come before you, right? So for Tom Brady, he's the GOAT, right? This is we're headed straight for a Jordan versus LeBron type debate with Brady and Mahomes.
Yep.
Because Brady's probably going to have more rings just because it's so hard to get to what is Brady? Seven rings. Mahomes is already at 2, but he's already in year 7. So in that aspect, I don't think the excellence is worse. I think it's just different. And I think these quarterbacks today are much more talented. I think the receivers are more talented. I think everybody's more talented. It's the fundamentals of the game that are lacking based off of today's players because they don't have to worry about getting hit upside the head like what he was saying about.
Right. I got you. But I wouldn't say it's more mediocre. Like, but I will say that it's more highlight driven. It's more entertainment driven, right? But to say it's mediocre, that's a little bit of a stretch. And I'll also say this is where I disagree with him, where he talks about like the rules and like created these bad habits. These are the same rules that allowed you to play until you were 45.
Correct.
So you can't harp on the rules too much because some of those rules that are in place are actually because of you. Like the tuck rule and what's the other one?
Oh, where you can't dive into the quarterback's
where you can't dive into them. So actually some of those rules are because of you, and because of you benefited from it. So I don't agree with that aspect of him saying that.
I think that it's not necessarily. I wouldn't say the rules that he didn't have anything to do with the rules necessarily, but the rules are actually
arguably, yes,
hurting the game. Because if I'm a defensive player in the NFL, what do you want me to do?
Right, yeah.
You know what me to do?
Yeah.
I'm either going to hurt myself,
or
I'm going to hurt my teammate, I'm going to hurt the player I'm trying to hit, and I'm really not trying to hurt them. Like, we're suspending people for unnecessary roughness and for hits. Kareem Jackson just got suspended for 4 games.
I did see that.
After just coming back. Like, as a defensive player, there is no winning. There's no winning. That's why there's a shortage of great linebackers anymore. Because why would I want to play linebacker?
Because anything across the middle,
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to either rush the passer or I'm going to defend the wide receivers. Those are the people that get paid on defense.
Right.
Linebackers not getting paid like that.
I also think that a lot of these coaches, and this is where I do agree with him on my second part, is that they don't hold a lot of these guys accountable. Like you see coaches get fired left and right. You see offensive coordinators get fired left and right. Pittsburgh just lost their
rightfully so. Have you
offensive
watched
coordinator,
that
right?
offense?
Well, yes, but again,
it's terrible.
Again, like it goes back to development. Like a lot of these guys are just like they're just natural athletes, and you just like if you're a coach and you just see like a natural athlete, you're like okay, like just let him do whatever the hell he wants to. But I think where the point where he's getting from is that like Bill Belichick didn't allow that stuff. Like Sean Payton didn't really allow that stuff, and Mike Tomlin didn't allow that stuff. So it's like a lot of these coaches are kind of just like allowing these bad habits and just allowing these quarterbacks to make mistake after mistake after mistake. So like where's the development on the player side, but where's the accountability on the coach's side? So I do agree with him with that part.
But if I'm a player and I'm one of these quarterbacks that haven't won a Super Bowl yet, but I'm accomplished. Like a Lamar, I'm a league MVP, right? I'm the $50 million quarterback. You're the $3 million head coach, right?
Right.
The team that you have put around me is simply not good enough, coach. And you want me to
It's not necessarily on the coach though. It's on those GMs.
Whoever put this team on the field, you want me to play with this.
Right.
That's below my standard of excellence. And then you want me to then perform to a certain level and listen to you. Why am I listening to you when you cannot therefore tell me how to do this any better than what I'm doing?
So you're saying that money changes people?
Oh, money definitely changes people. It changes people, and it doesn't necessarily change people. It reveals your true character.
Right.
And a lot of these athletes don't want to listen to coaching because they've never had to listen to coaching before.
Again, that goes to the whole development thing. Like a lot of these guys did not have to do anything because they're just naturally gifted.
Correct.
So where's the development? Outside of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, I'll give you that, and let's just say
Burrow. You got Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, Burrow. Where's the development?
Herbert. Hurts. You have Tua.
Yeah. So clearly the quarterback play is a lot different than when Brady played. Yes.
Correct. But there's better quarterbacks now than when Tom Brady played.
Yes.
It was Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger,
and Eli. He got two chips off of Brady. So I guess by default you have to put Eli in that.
No, you don't.
He beat Brady twice.
You don't.
You realize Brady could have 9 rings if Eli didn't do that?
So that's like you. So do you think that Kawhi Leonard is better than Steph Curry?
They're two different players.
That's what you're saying, though.
That's two different players. We're talking about two quarterbacks. You're talking about a small forward and a point guard.
Who's the
totally
better player?
Well, yes, Tom Brady's
so
a better
is Kawhi
player.
Leonard better than Kevin Durant? Let's make a more direct comparison for you.
I never said that Eli's better than Tom. I said he got 2 Super Bowls off of Tom.
So did Nick Foles won a Super Bowl off of Tom?
But I'm not putting him over Tom Brady. I never said that.
But why would Eli even come up in this conversation? Eli is not that good. Eli made the playoffs 3 times. Three times.
So then how the hell did he win 2 Super Bowls if he's not that good? I'm not saying he's better than Brady.
He wasn't that good. I said he's not on that level of quarterback. That level of quarterback probably cuts off around John Elway, Dan Marino.
Fair.
And he's below that.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just saying he got 2 off of Brady.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And the defense.
And I was mad because I had money on both of those games. And I lost to my mom, $20.
Well, moms.
Shout out to my mom. She got $20 off of me, both of those games.
Good. I'm glad.
The one time I actually went for Brady, he disappointed me.
Cheering for the Patriots. That also should have been illegal seeing you from Houston. Man. But we'll just roll right into the next topic.
All right, let's do it.
I've been looking forward to this one. We're going to rank the best shooting guards in the NBA. You can go 1 to 5. You can start 5 to 1. But I need your 5 for who's the best shooting guards in the league today.
Are we classifying SGA as a shooting guard?
SGA is a point guard because Josh Giddey comes off the bench.
Josh Giddey starts.
Well, now does he start now? He does start now. Still,
because I feel him and Josh Giddey share the point guard role. So I don't. If we're gonna label SGA as a shooting guard, then that kind of changes my list. But if not,
he's a point. He's a point guard.
Okay,
he's a point guard. It's like Luka. It's like the Luka Kyrie thing.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
All right, shooting guard. I'll go 5. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll go 5. This is actually kind of hard.
It's not that hard. Speak from your heart.
You first. Okay. You first.
I'm going to skip 5 because I want to end on 5.
Okay.
I'll start at 4. Zach LaVine.
Okay.
Number 3, Spider Mitchell. 2, Ant-Man.
At 2?
At 2.
Oh, my God. Who is this one? It better not be who I think it is.
Devin Booker.
That's fair. That's
Now, you ready for 5? Because I want your thoughts on this, but I do
Okay.
have an opinion on it.
Okay.
Number 5, I have a tie between Jaylen Brown
Okay.
and Cam Thomas. Hear me out on Cam Thomas, because I know that's the one that probably would come to mind.
I'm not even mad that that's a tie. It's just, man, that's a good one.
27 a night, 27, 4, 2 on 48, 32 split, 33 minutes a night. Jaylen Brown's at 21, 5 and 3, 44, 34 with 33 minutes a night. 18 shots for Jaylen, 20 shots a night for Cam. I mean, that 27 is just hard to beat.
That 27 is hard to beat.
27 is hard to beat.
I would probably give the edge to Jaylen, though. I think.
Why? Because Jaylen has massive holes in his game. He cannot handle the ball appropriately, and he's not a good free throw shooter. I think he's at 77%.
I think when it comes to Jaylen, yes, he does have a lot of holes in his game, but I mean, if we want to be fair, so does Cam Thomas.
Defensively or offensively?
Defensively.
Okay, because offensively, I don't really see too many.
Oh no, absolutely not. But again, like that's like a tit for tat thing. So like, what do you want? Do you want scoring, or do you want a guy who has holes in his offensive game but can play defense? So it's like you're willing to like what are you willing to give up at that point?
What is the label of the position on the court? What is it? What does it start with?
Yes, shooting.
So
yes,
you
have to be able to score. Yes,
shoot.
But you also have to be able to defend. Right
Do
or
you?
no? Yes.
Do you?
You have to be able to defend.
Because we consider what? All right, we consider Luka one of the best players in the game.
Yes.
Luka can't defend. Steph Curry is one of the best players in the game. Steph can't really defend like that. Trae Young is looked at as one of the best point guards in the game.
And can't defend
at all.
Can't throw a rock and yes.
Nobody. Damian Lillard. We don't hold certain players to these same standards when it comes to defensively. Defense is about effort, will, and tenacity.
So who gives them more effort between Jaylen Brown and Cam Thomas?
Jaylen's going to give you more on the defensive end.
Yes.
But I could live with that if I have a Jaylen Brown team around Cam Thomas. Because Jaylen can mess up on defense. They won't kill him. They got Porzingis back there. They have Al Horford. They have guys that can help out when it comes someone into the basket. What you cannot help, and what we seen last year in the playoffs, was the Celtics needed a bucket. They needed somebody to take the pressure off of Tatum, and Jaylen Brown could not deliver. Yeah. I believe Cam Thomas would be able to put up 20, 25 points in a playoff game. He might give up 30, but arguably, give me 25.
Yes. Yeah, arguably. Okay, do me a favor. Read your list again. So because I think I have a little different.
Okay.
So 1 through 5 or 5 and up, however you want to read it.
Number 1 is Booker at the top. Ant-Man at 2. Donovan Mitchell at 3. Zach LaVine at 4. Jaylen Brown and Cam Thomas at 5.
I would agree with you on your 3, 4, and I'll actually put not Cam Thomas. I'll actually put Jaylen Brown in my 5. But where I disagree is 1 and 2.
And Booker.
I will switch Ant and Booker for 1 and 2.
Why?
I believe that now Booker is, I don't want to say stable, but I guess he's stable in who he is. We all know who Devin Booker is.
Correct.
I feel like Ant's ceiling is just like is up there. So like I think down the road or even right now, I think just as games continue to go on, I think Ant is just going to continue to just morph into this just this beast that he already is.
So is it a ranking based off of how we're currently playing, or is this a ranking based off of potential?
I mean, how we're currently playing.
Then it would have to be Booker.
But Booker has missed. We're already 14 games into the season.
Yeah.
Booker's damn near missed half of those games. Ant's played all of them. So how are we going to put somebody ahead of somebody when they've missed already half of the season, based on the games?
Because I think that when it comes to what you're doing when you're on the court and how they're performing on the court, because Devin Booker is being asked to carry shockingly more of a load than what Ant-Man is.
When he's on the floor, because right now Kevin Durant's carrying that load.
KD is carrying the load to a point, but when Booker is on the court, Booker is the centerpiece of the team. He's what makes it go. KD is the alien on the court, but Booker's the driver. Booker's going to control everything on that team.
You can make an argument for both, but I see your point. Okay.
Until Beal, now when Beal comes back, we'll be having a different conversation. If he comes back.
Right.
Because that back injury does not seem to be going well.
I think right now, like I said, Anthony Edwards is my top shooting guard. He has the Minnesota Timberwolves the number 1 seed in the West right now. Mm-hmm. Now, will that stay? Probably not. But they're 10 but right now they're 10-3. Mm-hmm. He's the leading scorer on that team. To be quite honest, he's the leader on that team. And recently, I mean, probably maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, he completely torched the Warriors after getting into it with Draymond Green. Right. So, and also his consistency is there too. Like he's averaging 28 a night. Mm-hmm. What is Booker averaging?
Booker is averaging 26.
But
25-7.
Okay. So that 26-27 through 7 games versus that 28 through 14 games.
But Booker also has Kevin Durant on the floor. He also has Kevin Durant. He's also having to play point guard, which is something that Ant does not have to do. Ant can literally go down and just be a gunner. Devin Booker does not have that luxury right now, given the team and the talent that's around him. Because
do you feel like if Bradley Beal does come back that he will have the opportunity to be a gunner or no?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, he would remember what he did opening night to the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. And then he got apparently was hurt.
A foot injury.
Yeah.
That's what he would probably do more consistently with Bill. He wouldn't have 30, but he'd probably be around 25-ish, 6 rebounds, 8.5 to 9 assists a night. That's what he's going to give you when Bill comes back because you'll have another shooter scorer on the court. Because Bill can't run point. KD can't run point. So it's all on Devin Booker. Ant-Man has Rudy Gobert, who got choked out by Draymond. Mm-hmm. He also has Karl Anthony Towns, who finally shoved somebody a few nights ago. Finally for the first time.
Way to stand up for yourself, Cat. There you go. Way to stand up for yourself, Cat. Doggone it.
And Mike Conley is his point guard?
Yeah. But with Ant,
who's going to score?
With Ant, would you agree that with Anthony Edwards, he has no holes in his game offensively. So he can score wherever he wants it offensively. 3-ball, mid-range, drive, post up. Like he has that to his game. That's why I'm saying
I think his shooting is a little inconsistent.
I feel like it's gotten better.
It's gotten better, but it's still inconsistent to a point. When he's hot, he's red hot.
He's red hot.
But when he's off.
But the same can be said for Booker too. When he's off, he's off.
But Booker's going to get to that line.
I feel like Anthony Edwards is just now getting to that point where he's using his body to get to the line.
I see that. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming, yeah, for sure.
But I don't feel as if it's right now. If we have this conversation around All-Star break time, it would probably be a different story, especially if Minnesota keeps playing this well. Mm-hmm. But we also just have to give Devin Booker the opportunity to continue to play and show that he is still that dude. Because it wasn't too long ago before he was being looked at as maybe one of the best
shooting guard
in the game.
Yep.
Indisputable.
I agree.
Because the depth behind the guys we named is not good. The shooting guard position is probably the second worst position in terms of depth in the NBA behind power forward, which there really is kind of like no power forward anymore.
But you also got to remember there's a lot of combo guards out there too. So that's why I was saying like, are we going to label SGA as a shooting guard? Because again,
it
changes the list.
Is Steph a point guard, shooting guard? Is Trey a point guard, shooting guard?
Because he has DeJounte Murray. So again, if we're going to label some of these point guards, a la Steph, Luka, Kyrie, or whoever the case may be, if we're going to label them as shooting guards as well, then the entire list changed.
Correct.
So,
just when it comes to this Ant-Man and Booker thing, Ant-Man's great. He was the number 1 overall pick. Mm-hmm. Can this year we expect him to get to a playoff game?
I think so.
A series, rather, and win that series. This is the time. The West is in flux. The Grizzlies are terrible.
Or not who's in the West.
The Lakers aren't playing
top
well.
In the West right now. Let's see.
You got Denver. You got OKC. Dallas was up there.
All right, you want me to read you the order?
Please.
All right, so 1, Minnesota, and this is the order. Minnesota, OKC, Denver, Dallas, Sacramento, LA, Lakers, Phoenix, New Orleans, Rockets, and Golden State rounding out the top 10.
That's not going to change.
Wait, what? It's not going to change.
That's not going to change. Those 10, that'll be the 10.
So you have the Clippers out.
Yeah. I think the Rockets will hold them off. That's why I think is going to get in their way is the Rockets. I believe in this Rockets team.
I do too. Shout out to the Houston Rockets real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I love the Rockets.
I do too.
Jalen Green, my man. My man.
Wes, before you even get it, you have to let him develop. Because right now he's all about the ISO. He's all about that. Allow him to just get a feel for the game. He has a true point guard now.
Which camera would you like for me to look into when I say this? That one or that one?
Whichever one you choose. I'm just saying
you have
to give him a chance.
Okay.
You have Jalen Green.
Right here, this camera. Jalen Green.
Don't let him do this.
Stop shooting threes. Just stop. You are not a 3-point shooter, my man. I love your game. Attack the basket. Play in the mid-range and work your way out to the 3. Develop you more of a Dwayne Wade type of game. You need to work in that mid-range, post area, pump fakes, slithering in and out of the defense, getting to the cup, using your athleticism. You don't need to shoot threes. That's what Jabari is for. You attack the cup because you're that athletically gifted. There is no reason you shouldn't be on this top 5 shooting guards list. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't.
I actually do agree with that.
Because there's not enough shooting guards to realistically compare.
Is he top
to you.
10 though?
No.
No. Who do you have?
No.
Okay. All right. We established the 5, right? And Edwards to Jaylen Brown.
Uh-huh.
Who is that next 5 after that? Because I do have Jalen Green within that 5 to 10 range.
You have Jalen Green within the 5 to 10 range.
Yes, I do actually.
Oh my.
Who are we putting ahead of Jalen within that 5 to 10 range?
When
I'm
healthy,
not saying
because we also have Jimmy Butler that we did not put on this list.
Yes, okay.
We also have a CJ McCollum that we did not put on this list.
But again, because he falls in that category too.
But McCollum is a 2 guard.
Yes, when he was with Portland. Now he's asked to be a combo in New Orleans. So that's what I'm saying.
But he's naturally
if we're doing
guard.
combos, then this whole entire list changes within a heartbeat.
If you eat, okay, you got those players that are combo guards, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay. Who are you putting in that next 5? I want to hear who's in that next 5.
I got Jalen Green. Let's see. But see again, that's where the combo guards come in because there's a lot of guards.
Shooting guards.
That's the point.
Shooting guards.
Who do you have?
Okay.
Who do you have? Let's see.
Who do we have in there? We have. I will put McCollum as shooting guard. Definitely Jimmy Butler needs to be in there.
Okay.
You got PG, who's labeled as a 2.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to use PG, you could use James Harden as a 2 if you want to.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
You have Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 guard. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So where are we at now? We're at what? 8 or 9?
Let's just say 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We already said Zach LaVine. We have DeMar DeRozan, who's a 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Fair.
that's 9 right there.
Okay.
And then me personally, I think OG Anunoby is better than him right now.
I feel like
the way
he's a
OG
small
is
forward
playing.
though.
You feel like OG is small forward? Oh my.
Because Pascal is the 4.
He is, but then you also have Scotty Barnes, who's the 3.
I feel like that team is just too big because you never I don't know.
But yes, those are the guys I would all put ahead of Jalen Green.
Jaden Ivey. ahead of
He
Jalen
can't
Green.
even get off the bench.
Okay. Karis LeVert over Jalen Green.
Karis LeVert isn't even the starter on his own.
Okay. Norman Powell over Jalen.
No.
Okay. Colin Sexton.
No.
Okay.
Jordan
Clarkson.
Yeah, for sure. Jordan Clarkson is a microwave.
Okay.
Off the bench.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Caruso.
This is probably his area right here, the Caruso level.
Okay.
Because Caruso was first team all defense.
Okay. So Seth Curry.
No.
Okay. I'm just go down the list here. Bogdanovich for Atlanta.
No.
Okay. Lou Dort.
Hell no.
All right. Simons from Portland.
Simons is a better shooter, but I'll go with Jalen.
Okay. All right, and then we have Jalen Green right here. Gary Trent Jr.
No. Yeah.
Which on this list, they have Jalen at 15. So
that's about right.
Okay, so all right, so this is 14 and up. Gary Trent Jr., Klay Thompson, Tyler Hero, which we forgot about Tyler Hero. So
yeah, he's definitely not in the top 10 at that point.
Jordan Poole. Desmond
Bane.
No.
Desmond Bane is the shooting guard in Memphis.
No, I know, but Jalen's better than him.
Better than the man that's averaging almost 28 a game?
But why does he have to, Wes? Who is the main factor that's out in Memphis right now?
Ja.
So he has to carry the team.
But he was averaging 20 a night last year.
Who else is going to carry the team? Jalen was averaging 20 as well.
On horrible shooting numbers. Horrible efficiency. What was he from the field? 38%?
Okay. So they have Tyrese Maxey as a shooting guard on this list.
Because he was last year.
They have C.J. McCollum as a shooting guard. Okay. Fair. DeJounte Murray. They have him as a shooting guard.
Atlanta is just not interesting.
Bradley Beal at 6.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards at 5.
Of course.
Zach at 4.
Yep.
Jalen Brown at 3.
Yep.
Mitchell at 2.
Yep.
And then Book at 1.
Right.
So you would have Jalen around that 10, 15 range.
11, 12. I'm not giving him top 10.
See, I'll put him in top 10. He's ahead of Klay, and he's ahead of Desmond Bane in my eyes. That's just me.
He's not.
You have to,
10.
Wes.
He's not.
You have to realize
he can't be top 10.
Is he better than Klay Thompson?
Anybody that can move laterally is better than Klay Thompson.
Okay. So, do you think that when Ja gets back, Desmond Bane his numbers are going to go up or down? When Ja
They're
gets
gonna
back?
go down. You're not gonna play with Ja and average 27 a night.
I believe as the season goes on, Jalen's numbers are going to go up. So then we're going to have this conversation again of who's better between those two, because I think I think Jalen is in the top 10. He's right around that 9-10 for me. He's right around that 9-10. So that's just me. So
Jalen, you were the number 3, 2 or 3,
2.
You're number 2 overall pick.
We're going to have Jalen, don't disappoint me. We're going to have this conversation again if you're better than Desmond Bane.
Jalen,
I believe so. I believe in you.
Can't disappoint me. Maybe him, but you can't disappoint me because I have realistic expectations for you. They want you to be a top 10 shooting guard already.
Do you not think he can get there?
It's not about can he get there. He's not there now. We have to talk about the present and not the future. He's not going to be a top 10 shooting guard this season. Now, Jalen, next year, the Rockets will still have cap space. You'll be a year older. Sengun will probably be a borderline all-star this year.
Yep, I agree.
And you'll still have Van Fleet. You'll still have Brooks. And Thompson will be a year better and a year older. That's the year I expect for you to take the jump. Not this year. This year, just work on your game, get to the basket, play in the mid-range, be a very active defender. There's no reason why you shouldn't be well over a steal and a half a game.
Okay.
With your type of athleticism. And at least a block a game. I need you to fill up the stat sheet.
Okay.
I need you to fill up the stat sheet more. Be more of an all-around player because you're going to be able to get buckets on that team. Fred doesn't want to shoot. He wants to get y'all the ball. Sengun is the number 1 option, and you're the number 2. So you should be able to play off a big man that can pass like he can.
I think when because again they're a new team. I think as far as the season is going, as long as it's trickling up in the high trajectory, I think he'll be fine. So
okay, in the year.
all right,
wait
so
on
we
it.
no what?
Wait on it, Jalen.
All right, so we're on to our last segment. This is called the hot take segment. So Wes and I are going to give our boldest take, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, and you guys are going to decide. We're going to put a poll up. Who has the hottest take between Wes and I? So I'm going to go first because I actually been thinking about mine.
Okay.
Here's my bold take. I think when it is all said and done in baseball, I'm going to go baseball here.
All right.
I think when it's all said and done, Shohei Ohtani will be the best player to ever play baseball.
Whoa.
When it's all said and done.
Whoa.
That's my hot take for the night.
Ahead of like King Griffey and
We
Willie
talking
Mays and
we talking
Babe
spicy
Ruth
right now.
and
Shohei
Tim
Ohtani will be the best player in baseball when it's all said and done.
He's not even. Ooh,
What you got?
Man, that was way.
I know.
That was. How are we gonna figure? Whatever. Okay. That's gonna take decades before we're able to figure that out.
Okay.
All right. My hot take, right? And I wanted to talk about this today, but I think I'll hang on to it.
Okay.
Myles Garrett is going to win NFL MVP. NFL MVP. Myles Garrett, defensive end, Cleveland Browns, Texas very own, went to A&M.
This year?
He's going to win league MVP this year. He has 13 sacks already on the season, 4 forced fumbles, and a blocked field goal on the number 1 defense in football without a quarterback. Then they're still going to and Cleveland's going to make the playoffs. And I'll take it a step further. Myles Garrett is going to win league MVP. Cleveland makes the playoffs, and Cleveland wins the playoff game.
That's your hot take. All right, we're
going
stick with
all
it
in
then.
on the Browns.
All right,
I
so
believe
make sure y'all vote for who had the hottest take tonight. We appreciate y'all sticking around for episode 2. You can also find us, if you're not able to watch us on YouTube, find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if you're on the go. We appreciate you. I'm Evan.
West.
Appreciate y'all. Episode 2. We out.
Click, subscribe, share with your friends. The outro usually do afterward. Like, can we wait a minute, Willard? Keep it rolling. I have something else I want to talk about. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. See, now I'm fully